This is Group H. I'm Tommy Harrell with Demetrius Hunter and Christy Gallick, and we did our project on computers, graphics, imagery. Whether you know it or not, you most likely encounter or use CGI in your everyday life. Whether it's the movie you're watching, the computer game you're playing, CGI has most likely had a part in it. This research project will explore the use, applications of CGI as we know them today, and what they may have in store for us in the future. CGI is the basis of most, if not all, computer-generated images. Those images give life to alien creatures in movies like Avatar and movement to inanimate objects like every car in the movie Cars. While the movie and the game industry are big users of CGI, they are also used in many other fields, such as the medical field, which uses CGI to create artificial anatomical structures that can be applied to the human body. In this report, we hope to help people get a better understanding of computer-generated imagery and how it's used and how it will be used. As mentioned in the introduction, CSG uses basic, simple objects known as solids that are constructed based on geometric rules. CSG solids are simply convex objects. Convex meaning that all faces point away from each other. The special properties of CSG solids allows mathematical operations that aren't possible with other forms of geometry, making CSG popular with video games that rely heavily on unique geometric shapes. But the most important factor of CSG is that the solid objects combine to construct a tree and create a new object. In order to make pictures, you must be able to combine the properties of the solids. There are special formulas to use when combining the solids. These are union, intersection, and difference. Union describes the set of all distinct elements in the collection. The intersection of two is the set that contains all elements of the one also belonging to the other, but no other elements. The difference, also known as the complement, describes anything that is not included in a certain set. For example, the complement of set A equals anything that is not included in set A. Now,
applications of CSG. Constructive solid geometries used in cases where simple geometric shapes are desired or where mathematical accuracy is important. CSG is popular because of the fact that modelers can easily use a set of simple objects to represent complicated geometry. Users can also revise their complex geometry by changing the position of objects or by combining those objects. Another large advantage of CSG is that it can assure that objects are solid or watertight if all the original shapes are solid. This is important for manufacturing and engineering computation applications. Constructive solid geometry is also appropriate in real-time animation. It has proven in cases that to consistently render more frames per second than older algorithms. Computer graphics imagery has been a growing source for graphics specialists that rely heavily on such programs to complete their work. New advances and availability of CGIs makes it possible for designers, programmers, and artists to create high-grade product for their homes. Although CGIs are used in tons of programs for numerous reasons, some of the most notorious are static images and landscapes. Many natural-looking landscapes, such as fractal landscapes, are made using computer algorithms. Architectural scenes. Most modern architects use CGIs to create a 3D model of a scene for customers and builders alike. These models can be more accurate than traditional drawing methods. Medical models. Many doctors and medical professionals rely on computer-generated images to create an almost anatomically correct model of a body part, used for both instructional and operational purposes. Many modern doctors use computer-generated models in order to plan a surgery. Virtual worlds. Virtual worlds in which users interact using avatars relies heavily on the use of CGIs. In order to create the 2- or 3-dimensional representations, computer programs rely on CGIs to make virtual worlds more realistic.
Rendering farms. A render farm is a high-performance computer system or cluster of powerful PCs that combine to form one supercomputer that is built to render computer-generated imagery. Typically, render farms are used for film and television visual effects. Computer power has been advancing over the decades, allowing images to take less time to render. However, it is more typical that the increased computation is used to meet demands to achieve state-of-the-art image quality. While simple images can be produced rapidly, more realistic and complicated higher resolution images can now be produced in more reasonable amounts of time. The time spent producing images can be limited by production timelines and deadlines, and the desire to create high-quality work drives the need for increased computing power rather than simply wanting the same images created faster.
Computer-generated imagery has come a long way from its past and is sure to continue to grow and may further close the dividing line between reality and computer-made versions of reality. For example, take the 2009 feature film Avatar, which was 70% CGI. In the movie, the computer-generated aliens are very lifelike, even though some characters are 100% CGI, such as the lead female Neytiri. The director of Avatar, James Cameron, used motion-capable suits covered in sensors and a skull cap with a camera in hands to track and record the movements of the actors to a computer, where they were then processed and used to bring the CGI versions to life. The sensors and cameras captured very small details of the actors' movements and facial expressions, which made the CGI versions much more lifelike. This is such an improvement from when CGI started, and it proves that as time goes on and technology improves, so will CGIs.
In conclusion, computer-generated imagery will most likely continue to be a powerhouse in many aspects of our new digital world. As we advance, so will CGIs, making bits and bytes into lifelike models that can be used from entertainment to medicine. Today's CGIs are quite advanced, and we believe they will continue to advance so long as there is a need for them. Most people use CGIs every day and never realize it. The next time you open software, watch a movie, or play a game, I hope you will ask yourself how big of a role CGIs played in making this application. Thank you for listening to our presentation.